What I unveil today will mark a new era for the Empire. We will be able to decimate the rebels just as we did the Jedi Knights.
The Emperor will be most pleased.
I'm not really James Earl Jones at all.
That's okay. The Emperor's still going to be pleased.
Hello.
Hello. I'm pleasing the Emperor.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Play Retro, a video game show where we talk about old video games. I'm one of your hosts, Scott Johnson. And the year is 1995, and I just got back from seeing The Quick and the Dead in movie theaters. And now I just want to wind down into my office chair and fire up Dark Forces. Look out, Imperial jerkfaces. There's a new Katarn in town.
Katarn.
Yeah. I always screw that up because the R and the N look like an M together.
It is a Tarn nation.
Anyway, there's a new Katarn in town. I will be blasting stormtroopers through the walls of this place and taking what I want. I am a mercenary, after all, and you are all future piles of white uniforms.
Oh, yes, and I'm your other host, Brian Dunaway. And look, if a guy in a vest can take down the Empire's secret super soldier project with a Briar pistol, I believe anything is possible. Except shooting straight, stormtroopers can't aim for crap, and apparently neither can I. No, pardon me, I have a sewer to explore.
Yeah.
It's a real poop pipe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Why is there always sewers? There's always a sewer. So you always got to get a trash compactor or a sewage.
It's the dark side of Star Wars is all the sewers everywhere, man. They got sewers, trash compactors, like you said. They got, robot oil refineries, and
it's all very industrial.
Yeah, kind of like that part of the thing, but I don't like it in the game. That's my least favorite area was the maze of pipes. Didn't like it. Not a fan.
Yeah, who would?
But we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to talk about Star Wars Dark Forces. But before we do, a couple little catch-ups on our retro life. Right here. Oh, it's upstairs. Dang it. I didn't bring it down.
I can't wait to show and tell.
Well,
and right here is me telling about it because I can't show
It's just my MagMe AirX thing that I got. I've already shown it last week, but I wanted to let people know I installed Beacon on there.
Oh,
Beacon, a very popular Beacon. Beacon's a very popular third-party front end for games and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's just an app. It's not like you don't replace Android with it. It just runs on top of it all. But you can assign it to be the kind of the default thing. You don't even go to the menu. I mean, like when you start the thing up, it just launches into Beacon.
Yeah, we got some feedback on that last week. People are all like, "I don't have to do that. You could just do this and it'll do that." And so I guess you got some good advice on how to go straight in and not look at any of the Android crap you have to.
And Beacon's cool because it's basically what you expect. It's like big panels of box art and descriptions of the game, and does all this automatically. It scrapes automatically, pulls out the stuff in. Doesn't cost any money except for the initial price of a very reasonable $2.99. No big deal.
Oh, one time?
Yeah, one time only. Cheap.
Nice.
And it's great. Only hiccups I've had have been unrelated. I have an issue with one of the cores when it comes to PS1 games. Okay. And I got to figure that out.
Really? Which one is it? PSE?
I forget them one. The really popular one that's supposed to work the most, and it's having issues. I had some issues with this app's ability to see just my arcade directory, but after erasing that entry for that platform and then just doing it again, it worked that time, but it was exactly the same information. So I don't know what happened there.
Pathing.
Just weird little things like that, but nothing too crazy. I ended up playing a bunch of 3DS content on there. No problem. Citra's running great.
3DS content, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the what were they called? I'm a huge fan of the entire series, but my brain is dead, and so I can't think of anything. What's it called?
Pokemon.
It's called
Star Wars.
The Awakening game. What's wrong with me? Anyway.
Oh, Link's Awakening?
No.
No.
Something Awakening. What is wrong with me? Turn-based fantasy shit. They've been making them since the GBA, maybe even before.
Right.
Oh my gosh, my brain.
It sounds like you're wanting to play
Fire Emblem. Gosh, dang
something that has nothing to do with Awakening. Is there a Fire Emblem Awakening?
Yes.
I've never played a single Fire Emblem game.
Change that about yourself.
That in January after December, we are heading back to some handheld crap so Scott can get some major use out of his new toy.
I love Fire Emblem. All of them.
Yeah.
I love, my favorite is still, I think my favorite's the GBA game, the Two Stones one, but or the Sacred Stones, I think it's called. I never remember names of these things, but I love these
that
games.
one. I think I played a little bit of that one.
You
for
might
one
have.
of our shows. I think we were doing like a mix of things, and I think I was like, "Let me check this out," and I think I played a little bit of that.
Yeah. The other issue, or the other thing that, the only problem I have with Citra is really bad at some things. So if you've got, like, I'll give you an example. In Awakening, if a character's doing some sort of stab move that you haven't seen before, I get like a hitch and a long delay before it loads. And then once it loads, anytime during that session, anytime that character ever does that move again, no problem, smooth as pie. It's like it's loaded into memory or something. Right,
it probably is. I think you probably nailed it.
Yeah, it's very weird.
The first time.
Yeah, it's the only thing I don't like about that. But other than that, once you get in there, it's fine. But it says Casey Day says I got to compile some shaders to talk to you offline.
Yeah, you got to compile your shaders. Everybody knows that.
Maybe that's my problem. So anyway, having a ball with it. I think that device is pretty rad. Shout out to Kevin once again for making the recommendation. It's still under $100, and you get it on Mangme.
Why don't you just spell the thing you're trying to say?
Go look for it. The Mangme Air X, MANGMI, or Mangni.
Mang, M-A-G-M-I.
Is there an M-I or N-I? Mangmi.
It's M-A-N-G-M-I, right?
I don't think that's right. I think there's an N. I think it's an N.
N? Okay, it's the N there.
Mangme. Maybe it is just Mangme.
Mang me.
Anyway, AirX. It's awesome. I love this thing. You know what I really like? Let me tell you what I really like. You can tell I'm tired today. I'm so out of it.
Oh, that's okay, man. You know what? Me and you are going to we're just going to
have a good time.
Sit back, enjoy ourselves, and talk about some different gaming from the retro era.
That's
I
right.
think it's an amazing idea.
But those Hall Effect sticks,
yeah,
top notch. Real good on there.
them.
Yeah. I like it a lot. What'd you get up to? Anything cool?
Hey, man. Well, it feels like it's been a month worth of this, but here it is. Latest Atari update for my Atari Pac-Man edition coming from Atari. Pre-ordered back in June. First, I was like, I reloaded the page and I ordered as soon as I quickly could. And then it was supposed to ship out October. Didn't go. November went. And now they finally have shipped it. FedEx says they have it. And it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow.
Oh,
however,
whoa!
According to FedEx, the last time they seen it, it was still in California. So I don't know how that's going to happen. So we'll see how that goes. But that's okay because I'm just mad at new Atari, not old Atari.
No.
Old Atari, I've been shoot and shucky durns. I don't know why rear cam is doing this lately, but let me fix
Shoot
that
and
real
shucky
quick.
durns.
Yeah,
Those are I love those guys. They were. I followed their adventures every Saturday.
They're shooting shucky durn.
Shooting shucky durn.
So I've continued my adventures of unlabeled carts, right? So we got some more, and I'm hoping to look at these this weekend. But I got another whole bunch of them. But I did have a question. So this is obviously, what is this, a Mattel? No, that's not. What is this? That's not
Atari,
what I thought it was at all.
Isn't that Atari?
No, that's not Atari. No, what is this?
Mattel?
This is a Mattel cart.
It could be Intellivision.
But it looked like almost like a Frogger at first, but it's a Mattel.
Okay.
Standard Activision game. Where's it trying to get to? Here we go. I had a question for you people because I don't know what this is. I haven't had a chance to look it up yet, but this is not an Atari 2600 cart, but it did come in and it has no label on it. And it does have like this cool little dust cover thing. That's definitely not the right size for an Atari. Is
that 5800?
Right. That's
maybe.
I don't know. I'm not sure. So
I can't remember what they did with the carts for 58 and 7800s. I don't remember.
I wouldn't think it was definitely not the 78 because 78 uses the same form factor as the 26. So
okay.
It could be. But so yeah, I'm curious. Let's go and look at that. This is an unlabeled card I got, and I'll do some more research. I probably could do some reverse image search or something. But yeah, I don't know what this one is.
You should try that Google thing where you can take a picture and then it'll tell you what it is.
That's probably what I'll do. I had another one that was interesting too. Where's it at?
Well, chat's right. I said 5800. I meant 5200. There was a 2600, 5200, and 78.
Thing.
Yeah. Can't help it. I always do that.
Yep. And this had come with a nice little label. Look at that. That says Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. But I do want to show you one more thing about my Atari adventures, and that is my friend of mine was kind enough. I told him I had a couple of unlabeled carts.
Did you say my friend of mine? Is that what he said?
My friend of mine who bought me a gift. Yeah. Isn't he sweet?
Yeah.
But he bought me, he got me this adventure sticker to put on my adventure cart, replacement sticker. Look how nice that looks. And he also got me a nice Q-Bert sticker. Look how fresh that's going to be. That's going to be sexy.
How did he get you those?
I can't wait to try to do. I don't. He just gave them to me. He's like, here you go. It's a friend of mine I know in real life. In real life, Scott.
Yeah, but did he? What I mean is, did he print those himself, or where do you get that?
He ordered these offline. I'm assuming like Etsy or someplace. I'll find out some more information about that. But I'm going to get to hopefully apply those. No pressure. Don't screw it up, Scott.
Yeah.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah, don't screw it up, guys. That's fantastic. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you made progress in the Atari world. You just didn't get your damn console yet, or whatever.
But I did get some other. So I have some, that really crappy experience with the Atari pre-order, but I pre-ordered the Starlight edition of the Ultimate Commodore 64. This going on Perifractic with Commodore things going on. Anyway, I ordered the new one. You know what I'm talking about? The Starlight edition.
Yeah.
All right. So it has an update, and they say it is headed to the local distribution center.
Really?
It's been put together. And it is being shipped.
Well,
so
there you go.
I have Christmas wishes. We'll find out.
Yeah.
If they come true.
Are you like
will Santa be good to me?
Yeah, he probably will because you are him.
Right. Because you are him.
That's how I do Christmas.
Oh.
No one's buying me jack. They shouldn't buy me anything.
I always yeah. I'm a gracious gift receiver.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think I need one. You know what I mean?
I don't. Yes, I personally don't need anything.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Amazon and buy my Stream Deck.
Right. However, do you remember the joys of shopping for somebody thinking you might have gotten them the perfect thing? Isn't that fun, though? Isn't that fun just shopping for somebody? Going,
it can be.
Yeah. I hope I can. Yeah.
It can be.
If it's somebody you love.
Oh, of course.
I'm not talking about coworkers where it's like, what gift card should I get them? $20 AMC card or $20 Starbucks card. I don't know.
Just have so much crap these days. It just feels like I don't need any more crap.
Absolutely.
That's how I look at it.
You don't need another book.
You should have gotten a box from me. Did you get that yet?
I ain't getting no box from you. Where's my box set?
Oh, it should be any time. Maybe it's with the Atari thing.
All right. I'm going to say is it coming through FedEx?
It left. No, Jesus. It's regular USPS, and it left on Tuesdays.
Oh, I did see. So I've seen some things coming in through USPS. I've got whatever that app is that lets you know when things have been targeted. Beep, 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 your way. Mm-hmm. I got that. What is it called? UPS Smart Post, whatever. Anyway, it tells me when something's coming. And I did see a couple things. I'm like, I didn't order nothing.
Yeah.
Why's it got my name? I didn't order nothing.
So how'd that work? That's probably what it is. Yeah. You'll love it, though. You'll like it.
I'll love it?
Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't love it. Maybe you'll just like it. But I think you'll like it.
Thank you for setting my expectations.
You betcha. Keep them nice and low. That's how I do it. Well, folks, it's time to talk about today's game, this week's game. It's an exciting one, I think, for at least both of us. I hope a lot of people out there are stoked. Dial your watches back to the year 1995 for this.
Destroy it.
Wrong one.
Shall we play a game?
We are going to play a little game called Star Wars Dark Forces from 1995. This is a LucasArts joint that originally launched on DOS. How do you know? Because it sounded like this.
What I unveil today.
Wrong one. Wrong one. Here we go. Listen to that MIDI, dude. That MIDI just crawling right up your butt and staying there.
That is so sexy. That's what Lucas was doing. A lot of great things. LucasArts was doing a lot of great things right now. And one of the things I love, they included iMuse, which is the MIDI. What's the word I'm looking for? The MIDI abilities to play music based on events in real time. So like if you're fighting somebody or if you enter a certain area, that music plays. And that sounds stupid now. It's like, well, of course that's what happens, Brian. That always happens in every game I play.
That was a miracle back then, though.
That was the miracle back then. Usually he's like, I hope the music is right for what these people are playing. Hope it works out.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It was actually pretty innovative, and now you see it in everything. And there's some games that still don't do a great job of dynamic music happening. But MMOs do this, so it's like, well, I've just traveled from Azeroth from Orgrimmar over the hill to Ashara or whatever, and there's like a very distinct transition that is not sudden or just overlapping. It feels natural.
Right. And so, when you're loading between, locations and stuff, it's kind of like, oh, that makes sense because they had to kick off that location, load that into memory. So they threw the music and stuff. This is like on the fly when you're walking someplace. It's like, suddenly I'm fighting, an Imperial Stormtrooper. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yeah. Stormtrooper of the Imperial kind.
That's right. I don't think there are any other kinds as far as I know. They, I guess they were in World War II, but we won't talk about them.
Yeah.
The game is still a threat, in my opinion. They just made a re-release of it, and that's what I've been playing.
Remake.
Just to kind of...
Oh, yeah.
I would call it less of a remake, more of a...
Oh, yeah. Remaster?
I don't know. I don't know what the right word is. I guess remaster, because... That is what it is.
I think that's what it's called in name, and it's called remaster. Yeah, so Night Dive did a Star Wars Dark Forces remaster, so I guess you would call it a remaster.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the surface, until I think about it, I'm like, remaster or remake? And I'm like, which one is where they just make the graphics better? Is remaster.
I'm a mixed bag on that approach, because while I like the effort to make it nice and shiny, I think it's a little too perfect, like a little too clean. And you're missing some of this grit that you get with these old shooters where everything's like a close-up, a horrible pixel, like right now that we're looking at. Yeah, it's kind of a horror show, and I kind of like that. I kind of miss that about it. So I'm a little torn on it, but I actually think they did a pretty good job regardless, and it was fun to pick it up. Now, here's the thing. Until this game came out, I didn't think anything besides Doom was any good. I played a lot of games that were Doom adjacent from the era. I didn't think that
first-person shooters, right?
In shooters, specifically PC first-person shooters, before the true 3D stuff happened, right? Like, so we're talking the sprites and the sprite guns and the sprite characters. That era of stuff from Wolfenstein up through Doom, I didn't think anybody was doing anything all that cool. Oh my gosh, they're worse than dumb. Do you see what they did at that force field? Those are the stupidest characters in the history of the world.
Well,
anyway,
it's like stormtroopers.
Yeah, I guess they're that dumb. It was the first game in that era where I went, these can be cool and they don't have to be Doom. I can play these and have a good time. Like I'm not a fan of what's the Hey Baby? I can't think of his name all of a sudden. I have no memory of names today. I can't help it.
So that's all you're going to give me? Just going to give me Hey Baby?
The one that was the controversial guys. There you go. We did a whole show on him.
I love it. The fact is, I love the fact that I know what you're talking about. That's just so, hey, baby. That's his catch. Everybody knows that's his catchphrase. Hey, baby.
I am brain spent today. It is gone. I have just like a wet rag of a brain. I'm telling you.
This is decompression. This is the appropriate time to just kick back, relax, and be brain dead.
That's
just
right.
Like these stormtroopers.
That's right. Like these stormtroopers and other creatures in it. But those games, they never really did it for me. This game, 100% did it for me. And it wasn't just the fandom. It wasn't just Star Wars. Like, I think the levels are really good. The sound effects are insane. I'm going to play you a little sound from it. Here you go, right here. There's some sewer action. You hear that sewer? Oh, nothing like a good sewer. Telling you.
I am in Star Wars. That's the most amazing thing. Scott, did you know that I have never played Star Wars Dark Forces until this past week?
I'm really glad you finally did.
Ask me why.
Why didn't you? What was your deal?
Because I thought it was a Doom clone, and I was like, you're not going to just reskin a Doom with some Star Wars crap and expect me to buy it. And so I just always dismissed it. I didn't realize it had its own amazing engine. Guess what? Carmack wasn't the only genius on the planet. There were other people, and they made this engine called the Jedi Engine. It did some stuff that Doom wasn't even really doing out of the box, like mouse look, but it's not mouse look. It's really just look up, look down, and is mapped to keys and stuff. Yeah. But that's not the point. The point is they were doing things like they had multiple levels. So one of the things that was like in Doom, you would it's corridor shooter, And you did have some outside scenes with some skyboxes and stuff, but you pretty much just fought on the level that you were on. So like whatever's in front of you. Now in this one you had where you could you could actually go up and down. There was 2 levels of architecture here. So am I getting that right? It's like you could do some of that in Doom too, but I don't think it worked.
I think it was
same
faked.
way.
It was faked in Doom because
faked.
you weren't really elevating. You were doing something with some cheats. Like if you clip through it, you could see where it would cheat and make it seem like you were going up, but really you were going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like other stuff was coming down and you were going nowhere. It was that kind of thing. But
the point is, I was a big naysay poo-poo. I looked at some of the later stuff because like, okay, they probably got out of that whole Doom engines thing, and I'm like, but man, I'm going back and playing this. It even today, in 2025, that makes this game 30 years old, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so can you believe that this game is still pretty good? I played this on DOS 622. I fired up my Mr. FPGA, which I've talked about here on before, and I emulated a 4060X33, and it looked pretty good.
yeah.
Now, the remaster looks a lot better, but, I threw some scan lines on it, and the texture mapping looked good because that's what you expect from Star Wars. You expect it to be a little bit dirty. And I was fine with it. I had no trouble playing it. Even though it took me a while to get used to the controls. Did you know that you could play this with a joystick, like a
flight stick? Yeah,
flight stick.
I had a buddy named Jason. He was in the tech support department of the company I worked for.
Right.
He was a computer tech back there, and he was playing this with one of those. And I thought he was
plays a first-person shooter with a flight stick?
Jason Traden, that's who. And this guy was a psychopath. And it wasn't just this.
Yeah.
He would do this with everything. He'd find out that you could play, like jump ahead a bunch of years, like 2009 and 10, and he finds out I can use a Guitar Hero guitar, and I can play, I don't know, Quake 3 Arena with it. Like, he was that kind of guy. He loved doing that.
Yeah.
Just dicking with nature is what I say.
Dicking with nature. So I didn't get a chance to do that because I have some controllers, but I wanted to get the one from that era. And I looked at the manual because I didn't know it until I was looking through the manual. I was like, oh, what the crap? Why they got like that 3-button mouse is sure ugly from 1995. But they also have some joysticks in here. And I was trying to figure out what models they were. And I couldn't figure it out from the picture. So I went into, there's a README file in DOS. There's a README file in DOS. Of course it is. So I had to edit it and go in and read. And I was like, oh, I found out what controllers are talking about. And I went on eBay and I ordered one of the controllers.
Show it. Where is this?
I've got a. I'll send it to you. Let me see here. Let me get my eBay thing. But anyway, I pulled up the joysticks because I was thinking, how do you do this? It seems like this would be insane because there are so many functional buttons on the keyboard for doing all the things, so many shortcuts and stuff. And I'm like, how is 6 or 7 going to work? I don't know. Let's see. Where's Discord at? There's, Scott says, Fert, thank you.
That's me. That's me bumping it so you can just get it right in there. Here we go.
There's one. Actually, I'm looking at that one. Let me send you the one.
Dude, this is exactly what he was doing. It was this thing.
Yeah. But doesn't that one look just like something you would see in Star Wars?
Yeah, it looks like something you may fire when ready. And one of those guys would pull it.
You may fire. You do a little hat there with your thumb, and you can move it around and jiggle him.
Look at that crusty
so I ordered
bastard, dude. Gross. Clean, clean
that's a. I found another one somewhere else. So let me see. Can I? I'm going to show you the one.
This guy did not
ordered.
clean his stick. I'm telling you right now.
It needs some tender loving care.
Yeah,
that's what it needs.
Yeah.
This other one is a Thrustmaster Flight Stick Pro.
Thrustmaster.
In here.
I can't believe they gave it such a porn name back then.
Right.
Because
if you told
me to buy a Thrustmaster, I would be very worried about what you were doing. I would.
Right.
I would.
Now, I just said to that one. That's the one I actually ordered, and it's got some funky things to it too. You can strafe with it because you can strafe in this game, and it was a little tough with the keyboard because the keyboard default layout's kind of wonky. But I eventually started figuring it out. The look up and down is kind of weird too. And you can't just look in a config file. You got to go through the entire setup And you can, when you're doing this, if you're doing it on the old way, in the old ways. Remember the old ways, Scott?
This one's also dirty and gross, man. Look at all the
it's dirty and gross, but look at it. Oh, yeah, baby. Well, of course, that means it's been loved.
So this is the one you're getting? This exact one?
That is the one I'm getting. That is the
Let's go.
That is the exact one. Now, I will, of course, I'll clean the crap out of it.
Yeah. You're going to have
mostly
to.
with my mouth, but I would clean it.
Oh, jeez.
Regardless.
Don't worry. I will fillet this.
Don't worry.
It'll be
Don't
clean.
worry.
It'll be clean when I'm done.
When you get ready to play it, you come behind me. It will be good. It'll be good and ready to go.
You're going to have to report on that because I could not. He tried to get me to try it in that back room in the tech room, and I could never get used to it.
Oh, my God. So that's what he said.
Day.
Hey, Scott, come to the back room and play with my joystick. So, yeah.
And it sucked. It was not a way to play that game. Sorry. Just wasn't.
I'm curious.
For me.
And of course, I gotta double down on this because we're probably going to be doing Descent in a couple of weeks, and so I want to be prepared for that. So I'm like, this would be perfect time to do that. Mm-hmm. But I am curious how it controls. I've heard from several people who said, "Yeah, that's the way I played it." Duh. Yeah. And I'm like, really? Okay.
That seems crazy.
So that was almost our future for first person shooters, was to play with joysticks instead of using keyboard and mouse.
I have good news for everybody who get the remaster. The remaster lets you play with a traditional mouse and keyboard and with a controller if you prefer, and you have full mouse look, full 360 view look in the game. It is, in that way, it is a fantastic updating to an otherwise pretty awesome game to start with.
And it's fine because there was a PS1 version released later, and so all those control schemes are already taken into consideration and fed back into the engine. The engine was released, the original one was released for DOS as well as Mac, and the Mac was like the next year. And it had some weird things internally with this because they wanted the specs to be the same. Do you remember anything in 1995 where we were arguing about PC versus Mac, where games should be spec'd out the same because they wanted the memory usage for the Mac to be the same as the DOS, which is really weird because Macintosh had an interface, a GUI, and I don't think that unloaded when you loaded the games.
No.
Like in DOS, they had a memory manager. Usually you would use your memory manager in DOS, but for this one, it told me specifically. So if you're playing this on like DOS box or something, you may want to read and make sure that you're not using any memory managers because it can cause some glitches. And it says so in the README file. Always read the README file, Scott, when you're playing MS-DOS games.
I remember those days, and I would every time. Double-click that shit. Get in there.
Double-click that crap, man. Get in there.
Yep.
Do it, edit.
Yeah, but, live like a proper gamer. It's so funny the things we forget about. Those EMM memory 386, whatever memory manager things, they were a huge pain in the butt. Getting your mouse look to work with games like Quake in the early days was not a built-in thing. You had to jump through frickin' hoops to make that stuff work. And once in a while, it's good to go back and have to do that again and just go, oh, yeah, right.
Just remember how good you got it now.
Yeah, because now it's just like, A, we have so much memory, it's ridiculous, and B, you don't have to manage anything unless the game ships bad, and then it's just a different time. But that's part of why we do this show. It's fun to look back at the limits, not just the limits, not just the awesomeness, but the limitations are fun sometimes to talk about.
When I stream these games, I usually start off with that. I'm like, okay, we're going to work through the problems because I need to see the problems so that I can know what I need to actually criticize and what I don't need to criticize when I review this game. So December is always great for me. December, if you're not familiar with it, is when a lot of streamers and gamers play a lot of old DOS games, and we're doing that here on the Play Retro Show. And so it's a good idea to get in there because we got it so easy now, but it's really good to know that it wasn't always so easy. And how does that compare to the PlayStation, which is a very static experience, right? You don't have to fiddle fart with nothing. You just plug it in and start it. And I was looking at the reviews of the DOS version versus the PlayStation version. I saw a lot of criticism thrown at the PS1 that wasn't thrown at the DOS, and I just couldn't quite understand that. But once I got through, I still don't understand it. I don't know if it's because I've got further perspective so many years later or what was going on. But I mean, they had lower textures and stuff. Maybe people were complaining about some of the controls and stuff. It didn't seem like really valid, criticism when you compared it to what you had to jump through to make it work on DOS.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, right?
Come on.
It's crazy, though. But this is the first... holds the... Not the record, but holds the title of the first first-person shooter in the Star Wars universe. There was nothing up till now except for some people-made mods for Doom that I did play back in the day. There were also Alien mods, and there were other mods for other, properties or whatever. But these are just like, custom WADs and texture packs made by fans. This was like for real, like a real thing. It also introduced a character that is now canon. Kyle Katarn is in like books and references and other stuff. Although I don't know if that changed when they sold to Disney or not. Maybe some of that did. I don't know.
I'm not sure about his role, but the Dark Troopers still exist currently.
Yeah.
They are a thing in the Star Wars universe currently.
They were in the Mandalorian. We got to look at those guys.
Yeah. So look at that. It never existed before this. There was a novella, I believe is what it's called.
Novella
about novella about Star Wars Dark Forces that came out before, so you could get an idea of what you're looking at. And this takes place before and after A New Hope. So episode 4, 1977 Star Wars, it happens before, because this guy is one of the guys that helped get the Death Star plans into Princess Leia's hands.
That's right.
So that's what you're playing as. You're playing as one of the people who gets the information and gets it to him. You get to go talk to Mon Mothra. My mom,
Mon Mothra.
Right. So you get to do that. That's way cool. And then it jumps forward, because when you first start, you find out that the background of the character is, he used to work. He used to work for the dark side, right? Not necessarily dark side, but the Imperial forces and stuff. He worked for those, and then because his parents were killed, and he blamed the rebels, and then he found out, no, that was a lie. He should be blaming the others. So then he kind of like goes back and forth, and he realizes he's got to work for himself, right? He's got to work whatever angle works. And so that's what you're doing. You're playing as this guy who's stealing the Death Star plans, got a little insider information, and then New Hope happens. Everything inside that story happens outside the gameplay, and then you start back up right after there on mission-based things, which also, we've called this a first-person shooter. That's really a first-person shooter adventure, because it's not really Doom.
That's why I like it. It was like, hey, what if there's more to it than just, I need a blue key to match the blue door? And look, I love Doom. I love classic Doom, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the keys and the doors were the innovation there. They weren't, right? So this game came along and said, hey, what if it's like mission-based in a more traditional mission-based game kind of mission-based way, like stuff you're used to with maybe more sophisticated sim-ish games, like, Helicopter Commander crap, or, I can't think of any specific names, but games like that. What if we had what if it felt more like that? Like you're on a mission, you got objectives. It isn't just simply, at the end of the day, sure, like this one right here, place the tracking device in the rear of the smuggling ship. That's still take a key to a door, kind of.
It kind of is, but not the way it's presented, right?
Right.
Because you can pop out into F1 for helping, and you can find out, everything. You can look at your inventory. Do you have the objects you need? Because you're really collecting more than just, like you said, keys. It's not like a really short limited. You're collecting things that are integral to the larger story arc. So one of the first missions you go on, or like second or third, you get like a weapon. You're slowly learning things about the Dark Troopers. And it's so cool the way it reveals itself in a really, in a very limited, way, but they're able to tell the story, because when you get on one mission, you're walking through this area and you're seeing people who are fried. They're they're just bones. And you're like, oh, that's scary looking. And you slowly start to realize that all this destruction you're seeing along the way, like the marred stuff on the walls and things, is the Dark Trooper. They're not there yet. They've left, but you don't know that necessarily. And you're looking for something. You're looking for this weapon of the Dark Trooper, because you're gonna find out more information and keep going to this larger story arc. But you start finding areas where it's like, oh, dude, that guy got blasted, and there's a hole in the wall where he blasted. These guys are powerful. So there's like this really good story, this brewing for Dark Forces. It blew me away. A game from 30 years ago with sprites half the time of
most of the time, all the time.
Most of the time, all the time. It's like really, this gets me.
Yeah, right. No, it's really good. Holds up.
I'm down.
A lot of the games we talk about are important in various ways, but some of them don't hold up. We're honest about those. Like, you know, I think we did those Alien games, and I think that all of them suffer from a bunch of problems. The side scroller Alien games, I think the Genesis one's kind of a mess. The SNES one's got some problems, but they're important for what they were when they were. This game has that, but also has this, like, it's super playable now. Yes, you know, in my opinion, the updated one is the better one given the control options.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
But all that being said, at the core of this thing is still just like an excellent game. And
I would not recommend anybody take the route that I took. That's for research. If you're into researching, sweet.
Oh yeah, get
the remaster.
Yeah, do that
because this is such a much better experience, and everything looks. I love the texturing. All the textures is so intricate. A lot of work went into that. As a matter of fact, some of the interviews I was reading said that they went to some colleges and picked up architects. They had architects come in. Kids who were still working. Can you imagine studying architecture in college, and LucasArts comes along, somebody says, hey, I'd like to meet up with George Lucas and maybe build some architecture inside a Star Wars game. I'm quitting college.
Yeah.
I'm going to work take me to the ranch.
Yeah, I get the
Take me to the ranch, baby.
Take me up Northern California. Let's go.
Let's go, man.
Yeah, they're just curious. I keep thinking it's the game. Am I hearing drums? What is that sound?
Oh my gosh, you are hearing drums. You are hearing drums.
Okay, it is drums. I keep thinking it's the game video going. I have it muted.
I didn't even hear it because I'm so used to it.
Yeah.
Because we have Zoe's indoor band, and I did not even hear it. That is fantastic.
Yeah, just so everybody at home knows, that's kids with their drums doing good high school shit. All right.
They're award-winning drummers, right? So probably more important than what I'm doing right now. But anyway,
guaranteed.
Oh yeah. These kids are making something out of themselves.
Sure.
So yeah, I yelled. I don't know if they heard me or not. I'll try to pretend like I'll hide the microphone like a little bit like this maybe. But
you're fine.
Where was we at? You were
talking about the stuff. I don't remember.
Talking about.
There was some stuff I don't remember. Oh, you can. There's more boxing in this game that I was prepared for. Did you notice that? Lots of punching.
Oh yeah, you didn't have to punch, but I love punch, and you do have to kind of sometimes punch because what happens is
you can do that in Doom, but it's just not as good of a punch as in this game. This game makes it seem like, oh, if I had gotten a real pinch here, this is a real problem, and I got to fight these pigmen. I can go ahead and fisticuff this business. So it's all right.
Right. I just sent them a message. Let's see if they hear it. So. Yes, so the energy is limited. You have pickups, so you have laser. You start out with what's it called, the Briar pistol or something like that. Anyway, you get a pistol, right? You get a laser
blaster,
pistol. Get a blaster. So you got a blaster, and you get to it runs out, but you can pick up more energy just running around, right? Because that's what
these games did. That's how we did.
That's what they did. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, when you run out, which you do often, you get to bring up your fisticuffs, right? I love that. You got these gloves, and it feels really beefy. As a matter of fact, I didn't realize how much they kind of thought through this stuff because I was punching dudes. That's cool. But then also when I would get in the water, by the way, I hate water in these kind of games. It's so annoying. I don't care for it.
What is it you don't like? If you could describe it, what do you not like?
Because it's always ankle deep and it's always in a ravine.
Yeah.
And you always have to run around a whole bunch of tunnels where nothing is to find your way back out. And it's like, what the crap? How did I get down here? I fell down a stupid little water puddle thing and I got to get around. How do I find it? So yeah, that's insane. Where was I going with that? Anyway, you can punch the water.
Yeah, you can punch the water. That's right. You can. It'll make a little
splashes up. And I was like, what?
Yeah, that was a crazy detail in the game. By the way, there's another detail. I don't know if you saw this. Look at my Zoom window and you'll see this. Check this out. You run into watch this. You can find a freaked out Jawa.
Right.
Or not Jawa. What are they called in the third movie?
Oh, that is great.
What are they called?
Oh, yeah.
Ewoks.
Is that Ewok? It is Ewok.
It's an Ewok. Watch his eyeballs and his tongue are like Tex Avery style, and now it's dead.
Right. Yes. I love it.
Yeah. Well done, video game.
Well done, video game.
Yeah. It's pretty
punched
good.
him right in the face. He blew up.
I know. It's rude.
His face was explosive?
Now, if you were like, going, man, these DOS PC people, I don't understand why they think they should get this game. Good news. It came to the Mac and PS1. We mentioned Mac earlier, but the PlayStation 1 version of the game is okay. I'm going to say it's a little slower and a little crustier. The frame rate is kind of bad.
Right.
But if you can live with a kind of crusty frame rate, I think you'll be okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you said this is
this is PS1 version right here, yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's just a little
interesting.
slow. Look at it going. Just moving. It's fine.
Now I'm interested. Maybe the problem was me because I didn't play this on my original PlayStation 1. I didn't get that far because this is DOSember, not PlayStation Sember.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
PlaySember. So I emulated it. And it ran really well. I thought it looked really good. So I must have missed out. Oh, by the way, you can really tell the head bob thing. So that was a problem. We couldn't figure out in first person shooters if we liked the head bob or not, because it's more natural for it to have a head bob, but it also can make you feel very nauseous if you center in on the gun.
Depends on depends on the player. Like my wife couldn't do it. I could do it, no problem back in the day. She hated that though.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of games let you turn that off now these days.
Yeah, they let you turn it off. They called it the head wave, which I thought was interesting because I'm assuming programmatically it was probably programmed on like a wave form. And it was
I mean, if you look, it's not really bobbing as much. It's almost dancing.
He's kind of he's more like weaving than bobbing.
Yeah. And in some areas it's fine, as you can see. This video is from an actual PlayStation playing it, and it looks fine until you get into a room with a lot of texture, and then it's like, oh, slow down, baby. Which would have probably been perfectly fine at the time,
Yeah.
This was probably a perfectly decent version of the game.
What did you think you was going to get on your PlayStation when you said first person shooter?
Well, I mean, there were other games, and they performed at various levels of okay. Like the version of Doom 1 for PS1 is okay. They all had this problem.
Okay.
They all had this problem.
Yeah.
And in those cases, it's probably because the PlayStation, in that case, we're not even really pushing actual polygons. In Doom's case, those aren't polygons in the traditional sense. Those are it's all math textures, right? So it's not actual 3D objects. It's a bunch of math textures to give you the illusion of 3D, as well as a bunch of sprites. Yeah, but it's a bunch of math plus a bunch of sprites to make monsters and stuff. And I don't think PlayStation was very good at those things. It was better at doing its ugly 3D than it was decent 2D.
Oh, yeah, it's really good at doing ugly 3D.
Yeah.
That was his favorite thing to do.
So in theory, a version of Doom would run better on like a Saturn than it did here. Now, I don't know.
Which
this
is
particular
hilarious.
engine, I don't know. I don't know how this engine
Which is
played.
hilarious because it has been classically panned, the Saturn version of Doom, because of what a crappy job they did, partially because of Carmack, I believe, was complaining that they needed to do certain things. And they're like, well, it doesn't work like that over here. And he's like, yeah, but it needs to. And it's like, okay. Okay, Master Carmack.
I'll tell you what,
we'll
man.
Get right on that.
Freaking the Saturn. Sometimes I just get sad.
I love my Saturn.
I liked it too. I loved mine. Although I can't get it to emulate very well on this device. It's the same problem I always have. Saturn's a pain.
Okay. But you got a real Saturn. What are you doing? Why are you emulating that for?
Because I want to play a game I can't get anymore anywhere that I used to own and love, and it's the Bomberman. The Saturn Bomberman's the best Bomberman.
Okay.
And the only way I can play it is emulating it. I don't have the disc anymore. It's been ages and ages. But I want to make that work, and it's just, I can never find a device that can run that effing game. It pisses me off. Yeah. F that garbage. I know.
Screw that garbage.
I love Bomberman. I'm just telling you. We've done the thing on the show. You heard me gush about it then. You're going to hear me gush about it again. I love Bomberman. Anyway, so
you know what? So real quick, a few of the things I did love that really just those little touches that they were adding that made this feel more mission based is stuff like when you start a new mission, first off, you get a briefing. You get to meet with whoever at that time, and they give you a long spiel. And sometimes you get some cutscenes where you'd see the other side where Darth Vader's talking. You heard at the top of the show, Darth Vader was talking to his little cutscenes and really getting you immersed in the story. But then when they drop you off of the mission, your ship. You start, it kind of comes in, and then your ship is there, and it leaves most of the time. It'll leave and it'll return at the end. So the ship leaves, and you feel like you've actually been dropped off. Just like every Star Wars you've ever seen, it's like, oh, somebody's got to land there. There's their ship. Hope they can get back to it. And you do. You go out and you explore. You do the mission stuff, and then you have to return to your ship to leave. And sometimes that can be a problem because you'll go and you'll achieve the goal, but you still have to leave and you have to go back. And sometimes those troopers will respawn, and that can be a problem if you chose something other than easy.
Yeah.
Like I did. So if you choose medium or hard, which I think is the default on the PlayStation, but not on the PC. The PC was, I think, easy. You could die, and that's a problem because you only save at mission end. So if you fail or decide halfway through the mission, you're like, I gotta go. I gotta go take a break. You just have to start over again. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, that sucks.
It does suck.
I think there was some password stuff you could do in the PlayStation version that would get you back to certain points. But it was either is pass or fail. You pass the mission, and then you get to move on to the next thing, or you failed it
and you go back and
do
it again.
Over.
Yeah. Not my favorite way of doing things, but
not my favorite way to go.
It was 1995. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What do you want from me?
Yeah. What do you want from me in the year of our Lord 1995? Outlaws came along, and this is worth a mention. Dark Forces was not multiplayer out of the box. That's one thing.
No, they wanted. Yeah, they wanted to add it. They really did, but they were smart and said, maybe for the next one.
Well, were they? Because I think it would have been. I can tell you right now, we would have had LAN parties to end all LAN parties in this game if it had come with multiplayer.
That's interesting. So, how would you see a multiplayer version of this going on? I thought a little bit about this. So, would you have like different colored vest for two Kyle Katarns?
You would do you wouldn't do. You would have various character models. It's just like Dune. You'd be the Dune guy, but these are green, these are yellow, and you're playing deathmatch or whatever.
Right. So you would fight. You would have Katarns versus Katarns. Would you have instead maybe done some stormtrooper stuff?
Yeah, I would have various sprites for various skins. Essentially, not skins, but essentially sprite replacements. So you could be Katarn. Somebody could be Katarn. Somebody could be Vader. Right. Somebody could be any of these things. All you do is shoot, though. You wouldn't have special powers as Vader or anything, but you would have some variety there, so you could create scenarios where it's not just a bunch of Katarns fighting each other.
Bunch of darn Katarns.
I mean, I look at Doom, and that was it. You were Doom guy fighting Doom guy,
yeah, which is kind of it's fine because Doom guy is already kind of faceless. His name is Doom guy.
Yeah,
he doesn't really have a story, right?
And nobody cared. It was just like you're just killing each other and you're racking up a score and it's fun. They could have done that here. I don't know why they did.
Yeah, stormtroopers are clones, so that would make sense. But I was really trying to figure it out. I was like, how would you play that? And would it really be fun? I mean, I would love to run these maps. You can. There was some packs released later on, so you obviously can make more packs. By the way, the map thing in this is really good. I like how the map is laid out, and because you can have multiple levels in the map, and you've got a fog of war, so you can't see parts of the map until you've explored those areas. But I really like that. But I don't know. To me, it would kind of I like the way it is. I like that it's linear, story based. I feel like I'm working.
You still have that no matter what.
I'm working a story. I don't know if I would have
that
any
all
fun
together. The idea is that you beat the story and then you're like, hey, friends, let's go just kill each other in a mode.
Friends.
It's not like the same mode. So you're not all running the same maps. You'd have multiplayer maps and they would be thematic and based on, just like any of these other games did at the time, Quake and everybody else. Same idea.
And it's kicked off, by the way, we're doing this isolated from what it actually, so it's Dark Forces 2. We didn't do the sequel is because it gets into the Jedi Knights. And then you start using other weapons other than blasters. We start getting lightsabers and stuff. So would Darth Vader in your multiplayer have a lightsaber?
No.
Or would you have to use a blaster? Have you ever seen Darth Vader with the blaster? I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen Darth Vader with a blaster.
In something. Maybe not a mainline movie. Let me think about that for a minute.
Boba Fett is in this game, so you definitely could use his model.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Chat may know this. There's something with Vader where he uses a pistol. I don't know if it was a movie or if it was another game or something. Another Star Wars game.
Feels so out of character for him.
Maybe it's.
Now, I'm not talking about pre-breather. I'm talking about post-breather.
Yeah.
breathe their face.
Well, right. It does seem weird because you never saw him use one in those classic movies, but I'm pretty sure there's something. There's no reason why he wouldn't be skilled in such weapons. He would be a decent shot, right?
Well, absolutely. I mean, doesn't he? I think when he's a young man, he uses blasters. But like I said, once he crossed over,
now
once he took on his
pod racing,
Darth,
once
he took on his Darth name. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, you were saying Outlaws, worth a mention. Multiplayer built on the only other game built on the Jedi Engine before they moved on to the Force Engine, I believe. It was the next one.
And not to be confused with the new Jedi Outlaw game, which is a brand new game, year and a half old game made by Ubisoft with the same name. We're not talking about that game.
No.
But
it was only worth a mention because the engine, the Jedi Engine.
Yeah, I kept using it. It was 1987 or 97, I believe. Still kind of the same vibe. They may have been a little late at this point because everybody was moving, like id Software had gone full 3D by 96. And Quake was a year in already. We had Quake 2 on the way. Like, we were kind of in a transition period, and I'm not sure Outlaws was keeping up technically. But
was it? No.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. It's fine.
97. Come on.
I have fond feelings for all of it, though. I really, really like this game. And I think people should play it. Get in there. Fire it up. Play the new one. It's $30 right now, but it goes on sale once in a while. Yeah. So if you think 30 is too much to pay for your nostalgic fix, then I understand. It was worth it for me. May not be for some. But that's something you can do right now on Steam and various other places. So go check it out. It is Dark Forces Remaster by Night Dive, as you mentioned. And it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a little too clean, in my opinion, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't like Star Wars to be clean.
So how was your sewer area? Because mine was covered in poo.
Mine looked like diarrhea.
Okay.
Like somebody dropped a big bucket of diarrhea in there, and it's the sewer level is gross. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah,
it's not cool. Yeah. Not my favorite. It's
not cool at all.
Part of the game. It's cool though. But my other beef with it is not so much that it's sewer; it's that it's a maze, a very confusing maze.
It's got a lot of gates. I'm not necessarily against figuring out gates and stuff, but it's one of those where it's like, okay, I got to go turn this gate on so then I can go through this way. Then I got to come back to the hub so I can open the gate so I can go through this next area. And it's
plus this is an era in games where they don't hold your hand. So there's a door, but it just looks like the wall, and you don't know until your buddy told you, oh, that's just a door there, and you're like, okay, well, video game,
okay,
you're supposed to tell me something. There are a lot of secrets in it. They don't tell you the secrets, obviously, and that's fine. But when it's progression based, and I have to do a thing to get somewhere, don't make a door just a wall. Don't be doing that.
Yeah, the hub's not the HUD is not obvious either. You have to break out the manual to kind of go through what the HUD is, and it's figuring out not HUD, but the HUD, like the heads
job of the HUD.
You got job of the HUD. You can have like a shield. By the way, you can get like a really upgrade to your shield where you're like pretty much invincible, which is kind of cool. It's really going to help when you get those dark troopers. But you've got representation of your shields and your health, and you have X number of lives, which you can pick up new lives as you go along. But it's got your energy, so you'll know how much you're using, so you can pick up some more if you're kind of getting low. Also, there's alternate fire, which I didn't really get down very well. But
the new one's easier, by the way, because it's like right click it and you're good. It's really easy.
Yeah. I think right click was it jump. I can't remember. So there is jump in here and crouch. Mm-hmm. It's just not laid out in what we're used to. So many years later.
It was kind of experimental back then. Nobody knew what they were doing.
Yeah. So it's like what you want to assign these functions to on the keyboard. I don't matter. Mm-hmm. Just make them whatever.
One day I want to do like a deep dive article sometime on how control schemes have changed over the years.
I mean, I remember when there was I can't remember his name, but I can remember when someone told me, "Oh, you need to use WASD," and I was like, what does that
seemed
mean?
Crazy at the time,
right? But I've been using my arrow keys to go left, right, back, and forward. What are you talking about? WSA? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. It's where you start your home keys. Why not? It makes sense.
Well, the real sense is that your mouse is now way over here on the right, unless you're left-handed.
Yeah.
And the WASD is therefore there. Now, I assume left-handed players still use the arrow keys because their mouse is on this side. And if that's the case, great. Keep using the arrow keys. Most of them support it.
Great. Congratulations.
But
we should do that. We should do a deep dive into how that happened, because I remember for a long time I thought that it was this one guy who did it because he was doing really good in arena first person play. And I remember that one of the things he attributed it to was using a WASD schema and how he had his keyboard set up. And I went and researched it, and I did just like he did. And it did improve my gameplay, but I think I conflated that thinking that he was the originator of it. I don't know.
Well, and also back
where
then,
that come from.
When that first started happening, WASD was only used for directional control. Now there's games with a million things I need to switch to. So where are those? Within easy reach of WASD. 1 through 5, roughly. Q, W, E, and R, Q, E, and R surrounding the W are extremely useful. X and Z and C for crouching, hitting the space bar for jump.
Yeah.
Like, that should have always been the way. But for whatever reason, it took us like 10 years of that to figure it out. It was weird. Yeah.
Interesting.
Now it's the way. It's the way. It's the path.
It's the way. And I don't usually do this, but I did just see something pop up in the chat, and Digital Hype says his name was Thresh. That is what his name was.
Oh, Thresh.
And he says, or they said, I played Quake with him.
You played Quake with Thresh?
I didn't.
Shut up.
They did.
No, Digital Hype. That's what I mean. You got to be kidding me.
5 seconds before you died?
How'd you know you were playing him? Did you? I mean, back then it was what?
That's
like
great.
GameSpy and shit like that?
GameSpy would probably be like that, right? That's probably what you would do. So you probably know. I mean, because he had a big footprint. He was everywhere.
No, he was like your first, I don't know about first pro gamer.
We need to do an episode on Thresh. Yeah.
Yeah, like first pro gamer in the US, I think, or in the States. Or one that was prominent. I can't think of anybody else. Who was the guy that was really big in Unreal? And then Quake later. Shoot, blonde kid. He's now got to be in his 50s now.
I know you're talking about. I can't recall his name.
Think of his name.
Yeah.
He says he played him via GameSpy in some Pro-Am tournaments. He smoked me, and I was decent. That's great.
That's how I remember it.
Look at this room, by the way. This is my favorite place in the game. All the white walls. Love it.
That.
That contrast. I didn't play other games that look like this back then. Look at that.
No. In that mod, some people give the Doom mod that had what a Battlestar, I guess, setting is the inspiration for this. But this game actually started before that.
Yeah, they started development on it before, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's LucasArts. They have access to all the assets they
it's definitely
want.
Inspired by Wolfenstein because they love what it was. And they like the developer interviews I read was like, yeah, we saw what they were doing in Wolfenstein. We wanted to put either Star Wars or Indiana Jones, and when we said duh, Star Wars.
I mean, duh. You got space Nazis, just like you.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Right, got space Nazis. Can you imagine? So one of the things they talked about was George Lucas had to play test it. Look, there's a lot of stressful things in this world. But having George Lucas does not strike me as a gamer to begin with.
Not really.
And at this point in 95, he's still got to be still fairly precious about his baby, right? And when I say precious about it, not like, oh, you got to do it like this, but it's like, I know these characters. I know what they should be doing. And what you're having them do right now is dumb, right? Whew, that'd be a lot of pressure.
It'd be a lot of pressure. He's sitting there going,
how do you use this thing?
I got this new character coming. His name is Jar Jar Binks. You should put him in here early. Now that's pod racing. Anyway, thanks,
now,
guys.
What am I supposed to do here?
You're all fired.
WASD. You're fired.
You're fired. Bye.
all right. Well, let's move on to a game that we made. It's got nothing to do with Star Wars. It's got everything to do with guessing things. We call it Guess My Game, and it goes like this.
Destroy it.
It's time to play Guess My Game. Brian, I'm going to give you a platform and a year, and then you're going to try to guess from 4 possible answers what video game I'm playing audio from. And then I'll do the same from you. That's how it works.
Do it.
Here's your audio. This is from 1995, so we're sticking in the year that we're already in here.
But we're hopping over onto our Saturn.
That's right, the Sega Saturn. The most unfortunate, misunderstood, underrated, and overrated console somehow at the same time.
If we just could have accepted our, fighting games and just said, "This is what this machine is for."
This is good
Would've been so much better.
this fixes all our old 2D problems anytime when everyone thinks chasing 3D is the business model. It's a victim of bureaucratic horseshit is what it is. And also Sega is kind of dumb at this point in their career. But anyway, here is my audio. Let's see if you can figure this out. And chat room, it is not Dark Lifter or Lifter Chopper.
Dark Lifter.
All right, here you go.
Somewhere in the universe, the goddess Antawas created a world from a single jewel. She created the earth, water, sky, and air.
All right, you get the idea.
I love this, and it sounds like it's from the Sega team. Is it from the Sega team? You don't have to tell me.
Sonic Team, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sonic Team.
Nope,
I did say Sega team.
it is not Sonic Team.
Interesting.
I did play this, though, and it was highly regarded, but a bit of an underdog. Like, not a lot of people knew about it.
Yeah.
Here are your options.
Sega team.
Was it A, Popful Mail? Was it B, Astal? Was it C, Breath of Fire 2? Or was it D, The Beast Within?
Okay. So I use Popful Mail on my DOS machine
Yeah.
to check my email.
Yeah, early emails, man.
Right.
Popful Mail.
So I'm not
oh,
sure.
man.
That's a really weird one.
That's a real game, though, by the way. I'm not making that up. That's a real one.
Yeah. Then we got B for Astal. Then we got C, Breath of Fire 2, and D, The Beast Within. I can't imagine there being enough time to have a sequel on the Saturn, and I don't think it was a Breath of Fire 1. So what would that even be? So these are all real games, right?
Yep, all real.
Even though the audio sounds like Breath of Fire, and C is like my usual go-to answer. I don't think it's Beast Within. Is it Astal B? That
B,
just sounds like a short, beautiful.
Is that what you're going with?
Astal. Yeah.
Okay, let's find out. Is that correct? It is correct. Nicely done.
Very good.
It is Astal. It was a side-scrolling game that was more of a platformer, but highly regarded. And I played it back in the day and liked it. It was fun.
I love how it sounds. So was that a built-in effect that they had? Because they used that in a bunch of different, like you said, the Sonic team had used.
I don't know.
That echoey voice thing that they had. So
Here,
interesting.
I'll show you a little bit of the footage here. Let's skip around. There you go.
Oh God, this looks good. Oh yeah, I do remember this.
It's a very weird game. But it plays, yeah, maybe. I mean, it's so obscure. Most people
Under the sea.
Nobody knows this game. But it's worth looking at the very least. But look at this great 3D parallax stuff, or 2D rather. This is what that device was good at. And
so good at this.
Yeah, it really did a good job. I think the character animation's a little lame, and it's also just weird designs, but I liked it at the time. I thought it was cool.
I like it.
Brian, let's play yours. Tell me my platform, my year, if you don't mind.
Hey, it's DOS Zimber. Why not stick with some DOS? And why not go with the year 1993 when DOS was at its height of game releases?
Yeah, year and a half or so away from going away, kind of. But
so
at the
we're
peak.
going to get some Windows 95 coming pretty quick, and people were like going, sure, we can boot into DOS, but why don't we do it in game? Why don't we do some DirectX or something?
Sure.
Think about that.
All right, here we go. I'd have to get out my Sound Blaster for this.
Get ready. Turn left.
Turn left.
Pull up.
All right. I don't know what this is at all, but I love the instructions. All right. Tell me my names here. What do we got?
All right. We got some DOS from 1993. Is it A, Cyber Race, B, Wayne's World, C, Sky Roads, or D, The Lawnmower Man?
Ooh, 93, you say.
1993.
All right. I don't think it's Wayne's World at all. I don't think it's The Lawnmower Man. It's either Sky Roads or Cyber Race. It's clearly like a racing game. I mean, That music. It's got a real... I'm going to go for the one that just sounds obvious. I'm probably wrong. I'm going to say Cyber Race A.
A, you're going to go with A.
Yeah.
Cyber Race. Scott, give yourself a big old...
Damn it.
Oh, no, you should have said the Lawnmower Man.
Really? What?
The Lawnmower Man. Can you believe that? And you're getting chased by a lawnmower in the previous scene. I had to cut that part out because I thought that might be too obvious.
Yeah. I don't know anything about this. Let me see. Lawnmower Man.
Well,
I remember
so
this.
The game,
this
the
is
game
a very
is
different
based,
thing, though.
Yeah, the game is based in the part where you're in the cyber world and you're playing these different little kind of like mini games, or you're racing some parts. Another part, you're kind of running from a lawnmower because it's having that nightmare. Oh no!
Yeah, yeah. You know what's crazy about Lawnmower Man? It's got who's James Bond of the era? Goldeneye. Can't think of his name else. Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
He was your guy.
He was your guy. He was your go-to
guy.
guy. This is the DOS, by the way, the DOS version.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding it. Here's the Sega CD version. Was it similar to this? Were you flying around in this shit?
No, nothing like that one either.
Didn't know they
you
did
go
one.
Find the original clip.
Let's see.
Well, actually, it looks something like that, but it looks a little different.
Here's DOS. Let me skip around here. Oh, weird.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, they had Pierce Brosnan. They had some dialogue from Pierce Brosnan. I was almost played that too, and I was like, I better cut that out too. Or
if any of you kids listening, anybody under the age of 40 that doesn't know what Lawnmower Man is, you need to go watch that shit. It is so effed up.
It would be so shocking if you had never seen The Lawnmower Man. I mean, in 2025, you'd be like, what were you people smoking?
Yeah, it was
taken.
It's jacked. Wasn't that a Stephen King short story or something?
It was. Yeah, short story. Yeah. Stephen King.
Having a hell of a year this year, you know.
Yeah.
Got like five movies going at once and TV shows and stuff. And they're good, which is the difference between back then. Back then, they were often bad. Well, there you go. Brian wins this week. I lost.
Woo!
Terribly.
That's okay. That was kind of a tricky one too, and I was so worried too because I had first Cyber Race, Sky Roads, and race car racer space or something, and then Lawnmower Man. I was like, ooh, I better throw something in there that's not that's not a spacey cyber thing, or he's gonna be going right for the Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, I like the guy in it though. Lawnmower Man, the actor, is great in a million other things since. He was in Lost.
Yeah, Lost. He was really good in that.
He was Lapidus in Lost.
Lapidus, we always call him.
We had this thing in his house when it was Wednesday night or Thursday night, whenever the show was on, and everyone would go, "Hey, are we watching Lost tonight?" My kids are so little. They're like, "Dad, we watching Lost?" And I go, "Lapidus." We'd watch it. Anyway, welcome something to Retro. Why not? Time to welcome a game to Retro. Bust a Move for the DS, December 6th, 2005. I just played some of this. That's funny.
Yeah.
I was testing DS games. I was testing some DS games, and that version of the game's real good on there, except it's a little too dependent on the touchpad. I like the games on DS and 3DS that don't require that very much. I like the ones where most of the gameplay is still controller and still based on the top screen. The bottom is maps
Isn't that so
and
stupid?
helpful stuff. I know that's dumb. The whole point of that device was to have it, but I just hate trying to play those games now. Hate it.
It's pretty typical with Nintendo games that every time they come up with I know it's not really a gimmick, but it's a gimmick. Like when we got the Wii, it was like, not everybody is developing games well, considering
definitely
the Wii
a gimmick.
mode.
Super gimmick.
Right? They can't figure the Wii mode out and how to work it into a game. Same with the DS. A lot of people are like, oh, we want to put our game on the DS. And it's like, well, then you got to include some way for the second screen to do something.
Yep.
And they go, I don't want to do that. We'll put a map down there or something.
Well,
what's
cool is those Fire Emblem games you don't need it. You don't need that bottom screen at all. You can just play that thing in full blown mode. Yeah, that's how I prefer it. Anyway, welcome to Retro. I'm a huge Bust a Move fan, so
you are
all about it.
Buster Move.
Although it was called, what was it, Bubble Bobble Puzzle in Japan?
Yeah.
Because it's the Bubble Bobble dinosaur stuff,
right?
But a puzzle game, and it's
Bub and Bob.
So it's fine. I think they changed the name because it was when they first started doing it was the damn 90s, and of course in the 90s you can't have a game in America that's just normal. It had to be Bust a Move.
Bust a Move.
Hate it. Terrible name. terrible.
It's great.
I also played a little bit of that, and I played a little bit of Bubble Bobble last night. Bubble Bobble 2 for the NES, which we talked about on our Bubble Bobble episode.
How long do you think you can say Bubble Bobble before you mess it up?
Probably
You're doing pretty good.
Until I decide to make it Bust a Move instead. So,
all right, cool.
Let's get to some listener feedback. This is where you guys tell us what you think.
Welcome to the treasure room.
Oftentimes, that just means you asking questions. We got these at our voicecast.app/playretro line. This is a text service that you can use at any given time of the day or night, and you can leave voicemails as well as text. Here's what Gideon says. He says, Advent Rising turned retro this year. It is a 2005 game by the Mustard Brothers. Mustard! Written in part by Orson Scott Card. He's a local, lives in Provo here.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know that.
It's kind of a douche. It's fine, though. I mean,
why'd you tell me where he lived? It's like, I thought you were proud of your neighborhood. It's like, I'm so proud of my neighborhood.
I am.
Orson Scott Card. What a jerk.
Well, not really in my neighborhood. He's like an hour north, but he's written some amazing, influential books. But in real life, he's just kind of a dick. So yeah, it is what it is.
That's what happens.
Anyway, let's see. Orson Scott Card. Absolutely loved it and hate how hard it is to play nowadays. Super bummed they didn't finish the series. It probably isn't due an episode of its own, but give it some Welcome to Retro if you don't mind. Well, all right then. Welcome to Retro, Advent Rising. I remember this and thinking, this got panned at the time. I think it was like ahead of its time kind of thing, right? Wasn't that the deal? Hold on.
I didn't...
Not ringing a bell for you, or do you remember this?
It's I do remember the name, but I don't remember much about the game. I am seeing some weird scores though, because maybe they fixed some stuff. It looks like Steam is 7 out of 10, which isn't great, but it's not terrible.
No.
Good Old Games 4 to 5. Metacritic is 68%, a little below what you would expect from this. And then Google users are like 95% like this game. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, no, I see why. The composer was Tommy Tallarico. No wonder. This game is full of buttholes. Oh.
Of course it is, including Orson Scott Card, turns out. But I remember it being very mixed, and people were like super stoked, and then it kind of crashed and burned.
Yeah.
But I don't remember why. So maybe that's the problem, is that it just was ahead of its time. I don't know. But Gideon
promised a lot of things, and it never delivered.
That's right.
Tommy Tallarico.
Yeah, Tommy Tallarico. Here's what we know. Here we go. Xbox was the original platform and PC. So this was a big deal for the 360. Glyphex Games, Majesco Entertainment, third-person action adventure shooter, Unreal Warfare engine. Written by Orson Scott Card, author of Ender's Game. Let's see. And... let's see. Humans are considered godlike beings, prophesied to unite or save the galaxy. or. Gameplay was third-person shooter with psychic powers, 12 different weapons, 8 unlockable superhuman abilities, some RPG light progression, and like you said, Tallarico's music's in there.
It's fine. He's a good artist.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah,
he's a good artist. Available on Steam since 2006. You can play this now.
Yeah, and you can get on Good Old Games for like $9.99,
Mm-hmm.
so that's pretty good, and it seems to be fairly popular. 101 reviews. That's pretty high for Good Old Games.
Donald Mustard, creator of the game, went on to co-found Chair Entertainment. They made some good games, and then later became chief creative officer at Epic Games. I think he's still there.
Oh, interesting.
Doing Fortnite stuff. Considered an ambitious failure. Quote, what could have been game. So there's that.
That's interesting. I like the art style, but I will tell you this. I'm looking at some screenshots, and it may have been 2005, but it looks 2000 late. It's not good.
Mm-hmm,
it doesn't look.
No. Graphically, we're in trouble there.
Yeah,
I agree with you there. Master Rabbit wrote in, says, hey, Scott and Brian, I love the Play Retro format and have enjoyed revisiting many beloved games from my childhood. I have a suggestion if there is room in the December lineup. The D&D Gold Box games would be a great episode. I feel like these games captured the spirit of the tabletop game of D&D better than any game since. I know it's a big topic, so maybe it's too much for one show, but maybe you can start with the first 2 Pool of Radiance and Curse of Azure bonds. I don't know much about these. The Gold Box, it was called?
Yeah, and I've looked at these in the past is one for December. So this is right on point, Master Wabbit. I think I'm adding this to the end because I haven't picked anything for the end of December. We've got how many more episodes after this? 3 more for the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we may be to squeeze in some D&D gold box. But yeah, the gold box stuff is called gold box because they're gold boxes, Scott. Do you remember these at all?
I do kind of. I remember being in a software, etc. or something and seeing these on the shelf.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what they were. I thought these were like tabletop
You thought tabletop?
Yeah.
Right.
I had no idea they were video games. They even say computer product on them.
It does. I just thought that meant you would play it from the computer.
These are Amiga games, so these go anywhere
Commodore
else?
64, and I think maybe Amiga, and
Definitely Amiga on these labels, but I don't know.
Right. Yes. What other?
Was it on DOS at all?
Yeah. If I remember correctly, it was on DOS as well. So I think it got distributed.
I guess if we hear from a bunch of people that they got a lot of love for this, then we could slot it in. I just don't have any. I have no point of reference.
I've thought about it a couple of times. It's one that I've been interested in doing. Absolutely.
Look at this little turn-based bit of business.
Yeah.
You know what? I might like that.
I think you would. Yeah. I do not think you would be disappointed.
All right.
If you were thinking this was like Zork 1 or 2, no, it's not, Scott.
I like Zork though. I like Zork.
Yeah, I like Zork too.
Don't be giving me no bullshit about Zork. Don't be talking down about Zork.
Zork is available now. We never even got a chance to talk about the Zork text adventure essentially being, available for anybody now.
Oh, this stuff's coming to, let's see.
Oh, the gold box stuff?
Yeah, it's coming to Steam. Hold on. Where does it say? March 29th. What year was this published? I don't know. I hate articles that don't print the year that they put the thing up. They just say, it's coming to Steam on March 29th. Okay, when? What year? Now I'm looking at your old thing, and you have no year on your damn article. F off. Oh, wait, GOG has
too.
it.
They try to make it seem evergreen by not posting the date, but it just makes me angry.
Yeah, it just irritates me.
It's like, yeah.
I don't like it. Here it is on GOG, $9.
Yep.
These look great. I might have to get in there.
I picked those up. Yep. I think I picked those up.
Buy all the games in the series, $25.97 for all the games.
Yeah.
That's not too bad, but what does that mean? How many games is that?
What does that
mean? My gosh, there's a ton of this stuff.
Oh, dude, there's so many. That's the reason why.
Damn.
Master Wabbit said, maybe not all of them. Maybe just the first couple of ones.
Maybe we find out what's good.
Maybe instead of the 30 games that are in the set, maybe you just want to try the first couple of ones.
Chris in the chat says the gold box games are free on GOG now if you have an Amazon Prime account, and I do.
Oh, very good.
Okay. So they're giving those away,
Okay.
All right, we'll check into it. Our next big discussion right here on this podcast, this audio program and video program, is Jagged Alliance for the DOS version of the game. And we're going to do that. Then we'll do Descent. And then maybe if there's any Descent,
right?
We'll unless there's some Descent, we'll do the D&D Gold Box Part 1. How about that?
I think that's a great idea. And I'm looking forward to getting my controllers to see if I can control some Descent and go back and play a little bit more. I get sad every week because when we get through with this, and I'm like, I didn't finish playing the Star Wars Dark Forces all the way through, and I'm like, I really want to finish it, and I say it every time. I'm like, well, I'm going to go back and play it. When, Brian? When?
I might stream. I might stream
an
a
extra
whole
time.
I may stream that whole thing just for funsies. I think
the Dark.
Yeah, Dark Forces. I think I might do it.
Oh, dude, I'm going to do it too then.
Well, you don't have to, but.
You don't have to because I'm gonna do
Well,
it.
if that game had proper multiplayer, then we should play it. But they didn't because they were dumbasses back then. They should have done that. What was George Lucas thinking?
I think we should rush it to market.
I think we should reskin Outlaws with the models from. It's the same game engine.
Yeah.
How hard could that be to toss out? To export the. Come on, the map.
Did you hear the good news?
Map? Come on.
Did you hear the good news about the Unreal Tournament 2004 stuff that they're doing? Did you hear about that?
No.
No?
What happened?
No. So that team that made Unreal Tournament 99 available for playing anywhere and had the blessing of Epic and everything, they now are doing the exact same thing to 2004, and I'm so excited.
Yes.
Fire up that server, baby. There's probably going to be a new server version.
It never shut down. is still there. I guess we have to update it.
Yeah, we'll probably have to update it to this new thing. Whenever this happens. I don't know what the time frame is, but I'm so excited. We got to be playing that again. Love it. Love it.
Love it. Love it.
That's another thing I just noticed in the chat. KT Data, aka Kevin, is going to... Kevin. Well, it's the other way around. Kevin, aka KT Data, is going, as he always does, to CES next year.
Ooh,
top of the month, to top of the year. And when he goes to that thing, he always comes back with some weird stuff, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say when he comes back. He'll talk to some, Chinese developer that's figured out a way to make Dig Dug happen in your dreams or something like that. Whatever it is, can't wait. It's going to be great. That is going to do it for today. Big thanks to everybody who supports us on our Patreon. In particular, we got some brand new folks. Andrew Lee and Jorn Christensen. Jawohl.
Jorn. Nice.
He is up. I don't know where he's from, but patreon.com/playretro is where he went. And also Andrew Lee did to get no commercials or ads of any kind. Pre-show content every week and other cool benefits from us on the regular. So if you are interested in being a part of the larger family and would just love the show with 0 ads in them, and why wouldn't you? Sign up today at patreon.com/playretro. Everything else is at frogpants.com/playretro. That's going to do it for us. Brian, you got anything else you want to add?
Absolutely. Have you played Atari today? No, I have an Atari. Send me my stuff.
Yeah, where's his stuff?
Send me my stuff.
We demand stuff. And although I kind of like the drama of never knowing each week if you got it yet. I kind of like that.
Right, yeah. It's intense.
That'll do it for us, everybody. Big thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you next time for more Play Retro.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
Continue with your project.
Okay, Mr. Vader.
Ooh.